Hi, I'm Rob and I'm going to tell you everything good and bad about these guns in less than 5 minutes. First up, build quality. Feels nice in your hands, it's not a horrible cheap plastic, it feels chunky, it feels tough, it doesn't creak and groan when you move it around and grip it tightly. Really nice. Next, the buttons. The buttons are good, they got a nice spongy feel to them, really good, and this joystick here, which you use to navigate around the games with, has got a nice positive click to it at the same time. The trigger, really good, it's responsive, fast, no complaints whatsoever. The recoil is not mega powerful, but it's enough. It's basically enough to give you more immersion in the game, and now I've got used to this. Basically, not having a gun with recoil just feels absolutely terrible. I cannot go back to my old aim track guns, for example. This is a game changer. These little buttons under here, really useful. If, like me, you need to have the LED of the gun matching the colour of the gun, red for red, blue for blue, all is good. But say you like using the red gun for player 1, for example, or the other way around. You can actually switch the colours around by playing around with these switches. That is a nice touch too. One really important thing about wired light guns is the length of the lead. Now if you're going to be playing on a big screen, you're going to be standing quite far back. So for that you need a nice long lead, and this lead is really generous. Unless you're going to be playing on the moon, you'll be just fine with these. The guns are obviously not just about the guns, they're also about the sensors or the aiming system that comes with them. Now thankfully the aiming system with these are really good. The latest version of retroshooter comes with 4 sensors which you place in each corner of your TV, and it allows for pinpoint accuracy. This is the first time in a gun system that I've owned where I can actually play with the crosshairs off. It is really nice. On other games like my aim track system, you always had to have the crosshairs on because it just wasn't accurate enough. You could be aiming absolutely bang in the right place and you were missing. Doesn't happen with this. You can calibrate it once, really easy calibration system, and providing you're standing in roughly the same place, doesn't have to be exact, your accuracy is going to be absolutely bang on. Foot pedals. Now these come with foot pedals I believe as standard, which is really nice. Playing Time Crisis with a foot pedal is just the way to go. It's like you can play it by reloading or coming out of cover by pressing a button, but it's not as good as that authentic Time Crisis feel of pressing the pedal and releasing it. And you can also use the foot pedals to reload in other games. Nice touch. PC compatibility. This is one of the best things about these guns. They are not just for the retro shooter system with the console you can buy with it. You can buy these, plug them into a PC, and away you go. Get that lovely recoil, that lovely feel of the guns, that aiming system on PC too. So are there any bad things about these guns? Well, a couple, not huge, but I'm going to mention them anyway. Now when you first buy them, they do come in 2 parts. You get this muzzle part which has to be connected to the main body. And there's 4 screws which you use to attach that with. But when I first connected the muzzle to the body, my gun was just firing continuously like an absolute maniac. So I had to take those screws out again. That's when I discovered that these screws are that horrible cheap metal which threads off, rounds off really easily. And it was a bit of a struggle to get those screws out again. So word of advice, when you first connect this muzzle part to the body, just be careful. Only do the screws up just about tight enough. Don't really tighten them up, otherwise you could get in trouble if you ever need to take that muzzle part off again. Now the only other bad thing I can think of about these guns, it's not really even technically a bad thing, it's just a bit of extra expense for a bit of an upgrade, is if you want to use these on the PC with the recoil. I mentioned earlier you can just plug these straight into a PC and you are good to go. You are. But you're not going to get the recoil if you do that. You're just going to get light gun usability using these guns. To get the recoil, you need to buy the extension hub. It's not that much, but it absolutely, definitely adds to it. Like you get that lovely bang, get that recoil on both guns. Totally worth it. So overall, what kind of score would I give these guns? Remember, I'm not using this with the console supplied with the retro shooter Pandoras system. This is just looking at the guns on their own, and as that they score a mega solid 9 out of 10. Just losing a point overall for that soft metal on those screws there, and the fact you have to buy something extra to get the full PC capability. But absolutely love them, well worth it, really good guns.